again. Lucky the guy rebound and Bukayo got a goal out of it. I don't know if it's a headspace that needs to be worked on or what, but are we pressuring too much or what? But it tends to perform below its average standard everywhere else. He comes here. I don't know what it is, and I can't say I'm in a head shrink, but it's a look into.
So because he missed the penalty, you're saying he didn't perform well?
No, no, man, he performed better than most of the time I see him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still think he's below what I see him on the streets. You know, it's cohesive with the team running after ball after ball.
No, actually, all of that was on point the other day, though.
Yes.
His combination play with Russell was excellent on the day.
Yeah, man. The goal
and energy is moving.
Was a nice cross.
Yeah.
We love him this time, but the fact that a penalty as well as a primary school, no, they can't.
Maybe it's not a penalty. Maybe it's not a penalty taker. The question is that he should not be taking them. Maybe.
That may be the problem.
Yeah.
You know, moving to work on that. But I like a team. This team can beat almost anybody in the region. This team on paper, or they play on Tuesday, can beat anybody in the region. What do you say about that?
If them get it right.
Yes.
If them get it right. Okay, on paper. And
because
team on paper each time.
Yeah, because it's no joke that a lot of these players that is in the team now, they have played high quality, high intensity football and they have done pretty well for themselves.
Pretty well.
Yes.
So the coaching for all that team together. I don't want to keep taking out 2 and putting in 2 and taking over 3. Let a team build and gel.
Not many, if any, wing backs in the region, once isolated, can stop Ronaldo Cephas. That's just one example of how dangerous we can be. Yeah.
And Maggie coming with a half time before him. It's another check.
Who?
Tyreek Maggie.
No, he's far away from being selected now.
I don't know why.
Because he's not with a club now. He struggled at Veer at the back end of the season. So he's far away from being considered now. And that's one of the reasons why Ravel Morrison was brought back, as an attacking midfield player.
Where is our boy Richards? Where is Richards?
I'm still recovering from that surgery.
Yeah, surgery.
And Craig Butler don't talk to me anymore about and his father. And we know a lot about him.
What are you saying to me? Am I losing me already? You looking for him?
No, man. Remember, I did a surgery and they said he had the injury for quite some time. When they went to Chelsea now and played, it was abrogated by a player, by an Arsenal player. They said the Arsenal youngster, Skelly,
I hope you don't lose him.
Brutalized him.
Dixie looking good out there, and come out there, right? We need more young players in and around the team for a lot longer.
Yes.
All right, sir. I'll say no more.
All right, Patrick. Big up. Thanks for the call.
All right, Patrick.
Yeah, well-rounded Patrick, Patrick talk about every sport,
Yeah. I was saying, Mr. B. Mr. B, so we go back online. Hello.
Me there, man. Good afternoon.
Oh, this is Salty, man.
Oh, yeah.
There, time Patrick,
Yes.
Because so there on the line for music and playing and then me come spend the opening 2 minutes to complain about bad job. I say, all right, my time.
Yeah, so it makes sure.
It never stay long.
All right, so we respect that. Practice what you preach.
Yeah, see where he might go, but him do a little 4 minutes.
Yeah, that was great.
So, yeah, so try that. Yeah. But anyway, 2 things. I learned some things earlier on the program here, from below average call, right?
Yes. Yeah.
First of all, I knew that Greenland had applied to CONCACAF, but I did not know they had been rejected.
Yeah.
And I did not know that they had applied to Europe.
I knew about the CONCACAF one, but I did not know about the Europe one at all, so it was news to me when below average brought it.
Yeah. So I never know them get rejected. But here what now? Below average right when them say physically, geographically, them are North America.
Yes.
Yeah, but for over 1,000 years, them aligned to Europe.
Yeah, so I'm reading, especially Denmark.
Politically, they're the autonomous region of Denmark.
Yes.
So politically, culturally, them are Europeans. Europe. So what me I say, if so long, them are Europeans, why should CONCACAF save them? If them people them turn them down.
Good question.
We not to save them, man. Them are not we, them are them.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like people like them say over 1,000 years them aligned to Europe, boss. And then Europe now turn them down from joining to the confederation. And we must save them. We don't have to save them, man. We're not supposed to save them here in Kakakov.
What would we have to lose, though?
That's not our responsibility. What does
Worst I
Europe
come
have
here,
to lose?
worst I come here says that like a Bramble side, we're not like them going to upset the natural order of the CONCACAF teams than what we expect for the world.
It's just the right thing to do. Like, why don't their people accept them?
Well, that's another good question.
Yeah. Maybe they looked at it and said we don't need them. So why? You're right, you know. So
no, we don't need them. What are they going to add?
Yeah. So since there's nothing to lose, then they looked at saying, but we don't need you either.
But
what do they're not adding anything.
Below average's point though is it fair to them for an autonomous nation that they are neither,
Europe must answer that question.
They are neither wanted by one side or the other. They are just like they forgotten men.
I think Europe must answer that question.
All right.
I think if I am declaring at my age, so me a Jamaican from when time not, and then all of a sudden me want to come to Jamaica and Jamaica refuse me, and the next country me go apply to a next country and they refuse me, and then you have to ask the people them why them know what I mean in them country. Ask Jamaica why they know what I tell me back.
All right, sir.
All right. So next thing now, the thing about a conversation me hear from long time about chop and change and Jamaica must have second squad and all them things, right?
Yeah.
From my knowledge, there's no serious football team in the world where at this point in time, a year out from World Cup, have any settled squad. Right? Have any set starting lineup.
They have a core.
The teams have.
Yeah, they have a core.
Core group of players
that usually get
everybody who follow the teams can name like 14, 15 players where every time the team call up, they might get called.
Yeah, unless they're injured.
Yeah, and unless they're injured. And then after that, you have other people get in, out.
Yeah, man.
Out,
if you're on farm fitness, you're in. You struggle, you're going to get dropped.
Yeah, the starting 11 team now. And you have to be on farm at the time when you get selected for whatever game.
Exactly.
Right. Whatever game come up. So you can in the game, the squad 3 months ago, and then 3 months later, you're not on farm and the new set of FIFA games, and then they'll call you up that time.
Mm-hmm.
So this idea that we must have set starting 11, the international thing is no different from the club thing, where managers sometimes pick starting 11 depending on them opponents, depending upon the result of them want get out of the game and them things there.
Yeah.
You don't have any team you have 11 man and say, who know run out every game.
But so even club football before you had the transfer windows, remember one time it used to just be transfer right through the year. Clubs used to buy 2-3 players almost every month if they decide to listen, it's not working out.
Yeah, so
they buy players.
The other thing is we are not the best team in the world, right?
And nowhere
close to it. Me Orville did the rankings of the year. I'm thinking it's something like about 63 or 64, some 60 something, right?
Right.
So we're very far away from being the best team in the world. And in a sport and in anything in life, even if you are the best, your aim must always get better.
Yes, indeed.
Right. If part of trying to get better is adding new players, if we can get better players in different positions, why shouldn't we add those better players in order to get better?
That's a no-brainer.
We should be satisfied with being ranked 63rd, not being one of the better teams in the world, because we have this set of players and nobody else must come in because the thing must be set. That cannot work like that. I know me, night before last night, the same night we played, Brazil win one game, 1-0. I wouldn't play.
Colombia. No, not Colombia. Paraguay.
All right. The next morning, I read Carlo Ancelotti quotes, and he said, right now, he has about 70 players in mind. Me have that. Me can send that to you, Zidane. Me can send the article.
Yes.
Then just win the game, he has about 70 players in mind. Right now.
Here you go.
So them always looking at different people. You see when Roberto Mancini did win the European Cup with the UEFA Cup with with Italy. Them call
Oh,
it
the Euro.
Euro.
Yeah, Euro.
They say in the 3 years leading up to that tournament, Mancini used 55 different players.
Wow.
55 different players. So this idea that Jamaica must select one squad, months out from one tournament, nearly a year, and just have these people and that's it. That don't work nowhere. Because everybody's always on the lookout for different people to make their teams better. This is the most important thing. And if you're not the best team in the world, it means that there is room for you to be better. And part of being better is to find better players.
Indeed. I agree.
So they need to stop that foolishness.
I agree. I think it's total nonsense, my boss.
Yes, it's total nonsense.
Yeah.
Total nonsense. You can't be 63rd in the world and talk about this is the team where you have and nothing else must come in.
Yeah, man, it's like if you have a striker who you call 6 times in a row, and in the last 2 times struggle in front of goal, then you look at him club record, and he must struggle. You may just drop him and call somebody new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody say,
You call somebody new. You're not going to stick with the man because you want to settle the squad. No, my boss. You're going to call
man.
No.
Last but not least, no. I want to ask, what do you think about the New York Knicks and the coach?
Hold on, before you move to the South, I remember reading something that Simo was in that 98 campaign. He used something like 23 players. So it wasn't.
I don't know. I don't know how much players he used, but I know right up to the World Cup, he was bringing in players who never even played in qualifying.
There you go.
Okay, so he was bringing in players who never even played in qualifying. I left out people who did play in qualifying.
There you go.
So the last thing now, the basketball. One thing about that coach, they were them fire from.
I disagree with it.
And G-Star, the man, they beat them on for years.
Hey, the man improved the team every year, my boss, since he arrived at New York. He made them a more difficult team to beat South, and the man got to the Eastern Final.
Because me always hear Pioneer, them a beat him and thing. I mean, me the man watch basketball when playoffs.
Yes.
So, me not deep. You see, like how me know something about football and read, me not follow like that much. So, me always hear them a beat him.
Yeah, man.
So, if time get fire now, me read a thing that say, the Knicks, before this man come there, they have not been to the playoffs in 7 seasons, right?
7 seasons without the playoffs before it.
7 seasons. Listen this now. Him come there, and I think for the last 3 or 4 seasons they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
He has won.
Hold the line, Sauti. Don't move. Don't move, Sauti. We take a break. We're coming back.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Tottenham have appointed Brentford boss Thomas Frank as their new head coach on a deal until 2028. The 51-year-old Dane replaces Angel Postecoglou, who was sacked earlier this month despite leading Spurs to victory in the Europa League final in May. Frank spent 7 years in charge of Brentford, guiding them to a club from Championship to the Premier League in 2021. He's Tottenham's 4th permanent manager since June 2021. Spurs finished 17th in the top flight last season, losing 22 of their 38 matches and finishing 7th places and 8 points below Brentford. However, they have qualified for next season's Champions League after beating Manchester United in the Europa League in Bilbao, their first major trophy in 17 years. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich financing.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Brinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating, Gaming, and Laws Act.
Tracy, who you go give on now? You're too fast. Hey, me I got Jotex now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them. Me can't get some? No, go buy your own. Hey.
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery island-wide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jn. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, welcome back. Salty, back with you.
Yeah, so based on what me see now, this man, after them miss a playoff for 7 years in a row, 7 seasons in a row, they must make it the last 4. He has won 24 playoff games. That's the last 4 or 5 coaches New York have combined. They have 0 playoff wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 or 5. So each year is like them improve on them players in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like last year, them go conference semi-final. This year, them go conference final.
Yes.
Probably do the first game on them things there still.
Yeah, they were the third seed this year as well in the conference.
And they reach conference semi-final.
Yeah.
So how are they that bad? No, me or them it seem like them fire him without a plan, right?
No plan.
Right. So them call Milwaukee. Milwaukee? No, not Milwaukee.
Minnesota and also Houston.
Them want third talk to for them coach, them turn them down. Them call Houston turn them down. Them call Atlanta turn them down. Them call for Jason Kidd, Dallas turn them down. So them all over the place. Them not even bring it a check fit coaches who actually available, unemployed. Them just call different franchises and ask for them coaches, and everybody will turn them down. They seem to not know what them doing. So Diego was at Thibodeau detractor too.
Initially, he was okay with Thibodeau, but he make Pioneer convince him. It appears.
Oh, more fear.
I don't know fear.
I don't know how this man win. How this man. Oh, them go say. Me surprised when I see that. You know. So
I was aware.
Before him, you know.
That's why when they said it, I said I disagreed.
Yeah, but my thing I run out still. So bless upon yourselves, man.
Yeah, man. All right.
So
good to hear from you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, man.
We haven't heard any text yet, but we can take a few more calls until we go to the text scene. We go back online. Hello. Hello? Somebody's there? Hello? I hear the open line now. Maybe that's what is happening, yes? Maybe the person put on the phone. What do we do?
Can look at some WhatsApp.
Yeah, we'll look at some WhatsApp.
I haven't taken any yet.
I say about 4 or 5. Well, right this week, yeah.
Woo! Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
This is Badger firing back as we knew he would. Zidane, you also did not want Cornwall to play. Please remind us why.
No, man, that was white ball cricket, though, Badger. I was reluctant to pick Cornwall in the white ball version, but I was fine with it, red ball. Remember, good Badger.
The Westerners have picked 3 teams, and the name Cornwall is not a part of it. Orville is seen like they are fighting against him too. I'm not asking them to pick him now, people. My argument with Carmel was a little while back. So I'm going to block the road for him not to be picked now. Good afternoon, Sports Desk. Catalan here. What's the possibility of Omar Hutchinson playing for Jamaica, given that he's playing for England under 21? And do you think that any other player can be added to this Jamaican team?
Well, under 21s doesn't prevent you from playing for another country's senior team. But it appears that Hutchinson is no longer interested in playing for Jamaica, really.
All right. Another one said, Badger dead again. Nothing new, though.
Yeah, he got caught today, for sure, listeners.
Yeah. Then Peter Gardner out of Mandeville says, the population of Anguilla is approximately 15,000, and they played last week in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. So if Greenland has a population of 50,000, that shouldn't prevent them from participating. And the last one, greetings. Can anyone say if Brian Liston will run at trials? This is Maurice.
I'm not so sure if she have recovered yet. I was told earlier on in the week that she's still suffering from an injury. So it depends on if she recovers in time.
All right, here's one more. Orville, how do you rate longevity in sports? You rate it, man. If a man can perform at the highest level for long, let's say you have two people who are high quality performers, and one do it in over 6 years and one do it over 15 years. You'd want to edge to the 15-year man. All other things being equal. So yeah, you have to rate. How is it now, Miss B? Back online? Hello.
Hello? Yeah, man. Hello?
Leon.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Big up on yourself.
Yeah, man.
Greetings to the world. Yeah. On the matter of team selection, what about cohesion, Zidane? Do you agree with South here or whatever?
Yeah, man. I mean, cohesion is important.
How important is cohesion?
Cohesion is very important.
The players.
Let me answer the question, Abba Boss. I know the question. Cohesion is very, very important. But
right.
Quality is more important.
You figure?
Yes, indeed.
You know, I think so.
You know, all right. You see the player we want we play for Marseille, where England, because of him alleged hitting his girl and all of that. You go if he decides to even come September, man, because we're going to start the second round, the final round. Yes. Greenwood? You're going to tell me that you're going to tell Greenwood say no because of chemistry. You want it's okay to keep Leon Bailey and the others because of chemistry.
You can always 1 and 2 good players.
Then that's what I say.
The core are your
nobody's bringing in 10 players one time. Come on, man. You see the coach are bringing 10 players, one going, one win them. Stop it, man.
So me always look on Germany. The team that Germany takes.
Leon, don't tell me hold on. You know of any coach at international level who bring in 10, 12 players, one win the one time for the first time? Not go some
numbers.
Yeah, but I'm saying usually it's 2 or 3 players that come in and new players that come in per window.
But the constant changing, spinning over. When I say still, some look on the team, successful teams like Germany, for instance, and them specifically. I mean, I say, when you look on Germany players, then compared to some other teams, all England, although sometimes England don't vibe them ball still. You say a lot of time the quality of German players, man for man, is not so good enough. Very good, but not so good. Them use a number of 40 million ballers to use a figure. And win some competition with some side of some $100 million baller and $200 million baller. You know, because Germany is like a team where them pride cohesion more. What do you think?
No. Everybody has every nation, every top nation. They have like 10, 12 players that you know these players are must pick when it comes down to the squad.
You call it a core, right?
Yeah, but everybody don't have that. But outside of that, no, if the others now are failing in terms of form, they will be dropped.
To me, it's not either, but either or. But you have to keep be cognizant of.
No, but I'm saying Leon Bailey, Ronaldo Cephas, Mikel Antonio, Orlando's son, the goalkeeper, the 3 goalkeepers, they have been called every time in the last 2 years.
You get what me I said was.
The right back, the 2 left back, they were cool.
Me can name you if you go and pick a 25 man now, 14 man.
Easily.
Man, we are going
easily.
Right. But we still have
Come on.
of cohesion, not true.
While at the same time looking for people to improve
your
squad.
team.
All right.
Because going by their logic, Warner Brown would not be nowhere near the team now and see what he's doing. Warner Brown wasn't on the team last year,
All right.
As a matter of fact, he was on the team 6 months ago. But Warner Brown is there now because I chop him. No. Learn for reason, man. I chop out somebody with always the name Bowser. And this youth are come and play very well. I said, half figure me, boss.
But when Bowser, well, anyway.
That one ball, you know.
No. Bowser come back.
It don't matter what you're saying right now. Right. Warner Brown is in better form. So you call Warner Brown and you pick him and you play him.
Another option.
Exactly.
Anyway. Look at basketball. And with quality. The last time a team, because I will all talk about giving the best player them and give them make them a favorite. Okay? But we see, and it not happened yet. We see Indiana, I hang OKC. And OKC are the better team, right? We agree.
Yes.
Not true?
Yes.
You remember last time a player with lesser players them, a team with lesser players them win this thing?
NBA final, the last major we will call upset. Possibly Detroit. Dallas, Miami, 2000.
Yeah, right. And then you have got to Detroit, right?
Detroit, Lakers, yes.
Right. Yeah, man. And them two teams that me have in my mind.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. One to the Miami, the Spurs team when they beat Miami.
No, man, the Spurs did out of class, me boss. The basketball that I saw playing from that Spurs team in 2014 was all-time great.
The best basketball I ever seen.
No, man, it wasn't.
Well, probably not. Because you see some of the
no, me said that all while.
Golden State side play some good basketball.
That team there with the Spurs team,
yeah, it would be up there with most teams.
They never saw basketball.
You know it was an upset though. Miami coming in at the bigger names, you know. Not true.
Yeah, but why?
The quality of what? Because sometimes bigger names don't play the best games, you know.
That we just talk about that football, no, brother.
Yeah, but I'm saying give not choice still. Give me the bigger name.
Come back to me, no, brother.
No, but usually the better names. No, man, I'm saying usually the better.
Sometimes. Yeah, man.
More often than not, man, at the team with the better players win.
Yeah,
but that's why you have upset.
You know what? The Indiana coach out coach OKC though. And they come back to one Orville.
No, man.
The coaching on the day is overrated, you know.
No, man. In basketball, we have whole heap of timeout you can call on them things. It can affect the game. But I disagrray about the old coaching because really and truly, the Thunder led for the entire game outside of the 0.3 seconds. And then they blew them away in the second game. So I don't know about the old coaching, no boss.
But
I don't know about the old coaching.
Come back, give me a minute.
Yeah, hold the line. We're coming.
All right.
Tracy, oh, you go give on now. You're too fast. Hey, me I got Jotex now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them. Me can't get some? No, go buy your own. Hey!
Jotex Bakery, visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery Islandward. Jotex Bakery, so nice, so right.
Conditions apply.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat you too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926-HAWK. Conditions apply.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Something good. Hey, join me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, before you move on, let's just quickly give you some information here. That 2014 Spurs team actually had the best record in the entire NBA. And that was also a team in the tougher conference, the Western Conference. And the Miami Heat did not even finish the Eastern Conference on top in terms of regular season. So I don't know if you could consider that an upset.
The Miami Heat was a super team, not true?
No, but what? Listen to the facts.
And they won the last. They were the defending.
Yeah, man.
Defending champion.
Yeah, man. But listen to the facts in front of you. But so I wouldn't call it you could maybe say that's a slight upset. So you wouldn't really mention it as an upset, though, my boss. Because the Spurs won 62 games. You have few teams win 60+ games in NBA basketball. And they topped the Western Conference. The Miami Heat team didn't even top the Eastern Conference. Indiana had a better record than them. So you couldn't call that one out a significant upset.
Well. Let me touch that. Anyway,
okay, good.
Let me tell you what me here, man. Say. I would be credible sport commentator. That none of the teams that Jordan beat, the OKC team was the more talented team than all of those teams. That's Jordan 6
Go again.
Yeah. Inside of all the teams that Jordan beat, we win 6 championships. That OKC team was more talented, more than all of them.
In the final?
Right.
All right, let's go. The Lakers, Portland.
You go to them.
Phoenix, them. That's the first 3. Then you had the Jazz twice. Who was the other one? I'm not remembering the other one. Right?
Lakers. You said Lakers?
No, I said Lakers were the one. I'm trying to remember the last 3. It was the Jazz twice. Who they beat again?
Anyway, no man,
I don't know if I could say the OKC readily is better than the Utah. Well, on, man, let me remember the point. I think I could say readily that this Thunder team is better than the Utah Jazz team.
You know that more about now. Come on, we think we're overhyped that team.
I don't think we're overhyping the team, but it's historic, so I don't think necessarily could readily say they're better than the Utah Jazz.
And when we talk about football now, a team is more than some of its parts. If a team well a cohesion, you can hold up a big player.
Oh, somebody's saying it's the Seattle Supersonics. But right with the Jazz, that's the other team, yeah. Thank you, Sauti. So the other team would be I don't think you could say really the Thunder is better than the Utah Jazz, right?
But what we have to take when we overhype.
John Stockton is a superstar point guard historically. Karl Malone is one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen.
When we hype that team, what them achieve? What are the achievements?
No man, but the opponents that he mentioned are lost to the Bulls, so they wouldn't have won anything. But I'm saying I could say the Utah Jazz I think could match this team or maybe even edge them.
I don't know.
But the Thunder team bad still, you know. The Thunder team is bad in the man. Don't. But they're a bad team.
If the Pacers team now, if the Pacers team now win the next game, come never put it to 1 minute, then win the next game. First of all, OKC dead. Number 1.
Yeah.
And it will make all of the opponents look like idiots.
All right.
Leon,
all right.
Little cricket. I will.
You have more?
Yeah, little bit. I will learn a fridge down a yard and all tie and something there.
Right.
We are black from road for Monty, you know.
No, we're not black the road, but they should have had him in this squad.
No, injustice that.
Yeah.
No Monty and number 1 spinner. Since him company team.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Who else?
Remember Warwick Canada well too, you know.
But me have to look
Warwick cannot do well since in Pakistan.
But Moti,
I think about spinners, you have to settle with them and give them confidence, you know.
I understand
how that man better confidence now, you know.
Me that pick.
Eh?
Yeah.
Man, forget in game, man. Where he can sit down and wait till he gets finished.
No, man, the two of them. You can't have a man take 19 wickets in the last 2 tests and yes, him to sit down. That's my point.
Well, drop on a fast bowler, them, brother.
Somebody forget drop. The two of them the 2 man must be in the squad, bro. Especially
at least
when they name a 16-man squad.
He's not the number 1 spinner.
But me
and I like him game better than is better than any other spinner game.
Right.
Because I think about him flight the ball, I'm not afraid to get it, you know.
No, me not look at method. You know. Me not look at method. Me look at success. And the youth are the well. 35 wickets at 27.
The man nearly take, well, Shane one that take him out to 25. Man take that 27.
Yeah, man. Then him 9 squad. But me could leave it. Could leave.
Yeah, man. All right. Big up.
All right, we go back online. Hello. Hello. All right. Seems as if that one dropped. All right. Somebody's suggesting to me that one of the but me don't know how would this work. That the Grand Slam, the 4th Grand Slam that Michael Johnson canceled, coincided with our national trials. Now I'm not so sure what's the significance of that. Because how many Jamaican athletes couldn't the Jamaican athletes be pulled and we still have a Grand Slam? But he seems to think that there is a connection between the two. I don't know. Remember, it was being discussed a couple of weeks ago that they're saying the JHA should push it further back or something of the sorts. Right. So somebody's suggesting that investigate the possibility that our national trials coincided with the 4th Grand Slam in LA where possible. Anyway, we could go back online. Hello.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Dangerous in 5 minutes.
Dangerous in 5.
Y'all good?
Yes.
Zidane, explain what you're saying about Australia and Oceania. I didn't hear you properly.
I'm saying Australia is no longer competing in the Oceania region. They used to play there before and just beat them most of the other teams easily. And now they are in Asia. And they put them in Asia.
How did they end up in Asia?
No, because them think them too weak. Them too strong for the full confederation.
So they're the ones who switch from Oceania to Asia, right?
Yes, they must switch.
Huh?
Yes. So the one when they qualify from Asia now, you go automatically into the World Cup.
Yeah, and what the problem they had with Oceania is that they only had half a spot.
Yes.
And even though they'd win,
they go to the
they'll
playoff.
Run into chances
South America
for the South American team and get
there you go.
They sit. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool. Have you know? Got you. No, Orville.
Yeah, man.
So yesterday, I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but we're going to spend just a little bit more time before I go back into what I was talking about yesterday. You're on this thing about Moti. I really think you're not doing good research before you come on radio and take on a position. You are telling us that Moti should be in the squad on the weight of his bowling average. True or false?
On the weight of his performance since being a Test cricketer.
And bowling average?
Yeah, but
use.
I'm saying he's also.
Are you using his batting average? What's his batting average?
He's a bowler. Man.
No. What is his batting average?
I'm not sure. But he averaged 23 on the last.
All right. Zidane, where we are at, let's check out Moti's batting average. I don't think you're
overall or in the last series.
Overall.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's his bowling average you're using. Yeah. And you have been telling us that his bowling average is 27, and any bowler with a 27 bowling average must be in our West Indies squad, correct?
No fast bowler would play 11 games.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Let me say it one more time.
All right, cool.
There would not be a case of a fast bowler who took 7 wickets in his last 2 Test matches and who is taking 35 wickets at 27 apiece, who would not be called in our 27 in our 16-man squad. Show me such a case. Do you agree that
Moti's bowling average is ridiculously skewed?
No fast bowler, no matter how skewed it was.
Do you agree that Gudakesh at Moti's bowling average is ridiculously skewed
Maybe.
And once you remove those 2 games that he played against Zimbabwe, lowly, workless Zimbabwe, then his bowling average looked like garbage.
If we had a batsman who played against lowly Zimbabwe,
all right, Zidane and people,
would he
Zidane
be
and people listen on. So that also because Orville don't want to tell us the truth. If you remove the 2 games that Gudakesh Moti played against Zimbabwe, workless Zimbabwe, his bowling average is 16 wickets at 43 apiece. 4-3. Now bowlers who bowl in 43, Zidane, what do you call them type of bowlers there?
Yeah, but here's
Rubbish
my question.
bowlers.
Here's my question.
Rubbish bowlers.
All right, then give me a chance on the man.
So you can really come in here in this space
All
with
right.
the listeners listen across the diaspora and all of that thing, and a company that tell us that Gudakesh Moti half a day in our West Indies squad. Even
right.
though we all know that when we exclude that game, Zin, against Zimbabwe, that his bowling average is 43.
All right. So
and
now,
when he went to Pakistan and super spin-friendly condition, he was bowling at almost 26.
you ready for me?
Make your argument. Yeah, man.
If
Make
you
your argument.
if you pick a batsman in the team against Zimbabwe, and that batsman make a double 100, would he be dropped for the next 2-3 series down, next 2-3 test matches down the road?
He didn't recently play Zimbabwe.
Oh, all right.
Zimbabwe was not his last
All right. So
opponent.
Pakistan, the condition suited him. If you have a man playing on a batting friendly wicket.
So you agree that that example that he just put up is rubbish?
No, it's not
Let's
rubbish
hear
because
let's hear the new point. Let's hear the new point
part
because
of
Zimbabwe was not his last opponent. Was not his last opponent.
It's part of his record. That's what I tell you. So if you had a
remember, you are arguing that he's a must pick, you know. Remember, you're arguing that he's a must pick.
Every single time you call the radio, you tell lie for me. Every time.
Never said that you never said Moti have to be in the squad.
Being in the squad don't mean must pick. Don't mean you're a must pick.
That mean must pick for the squad.
You should have him in the squad. Must pick away.
Must pick for the you should have him in the squad.
You're not
the question. Go on talk.
If you have a batsman who batted in on a flat deck against ordinary bowling, let's put it like that, and he scores 100, would he be dropped out of the squad for the next game? Flat deck where I'll with 700 runs make, and he make 100 out of it on a flat deck against in test cricket against a no good side. Zimbabwe. Would the West Indies drop him for the next test match? My answer to that is no.
No. But do you know when Moti played Zimbabwe?
Pakistan, they say Pakistan.
Wait, super.
No. I'm saying it's the last 2 test matches, 7 wickets. I'm saying if a batsman in his last 2 test matches make 2 half-century against anybody at all, because Moti's 7 wickets at 25 apiece, you could say conditions helped him. From a batting perspective, you could have said a man go down to Zimbabwe and scratch 60 in the first test and 60 in the second test. Then you pick a next team and then him not in there because the team when play against we wouldn't do that to a batsman. I'm saying if make the point, sir. If a fast bowler, when we come back.
Yeah, hold the line, bro. We're coming.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements, hurdles, not to mention your team tracksuits, running tights, vests, and shorts. The time by Western Sports, the sports people, is
3 o'clock.
Set the trend. The trend-setting sports desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m. on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, my boss. We wouldn't be dropping a batsman who gorged himself on weak opposition and then not pick him the next series. We would say, boy, he must be in and around the squad. Why we can't do that for the spinner? Is he still there? No. Hello? Hello? We lost Dwight Chatto. Dwight, if you wish to, you can call us back. Hello?
We have the music.
Oh, music. Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Today's one, Thursday. All right, Miss B, line up the music. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. Didn't even realize that it was this late. And it's Ryan Mark and Kevin Downswell combining with one called Already Done.
Kevin Downswell. I don't know who you are, and I don't know where you are. But God said to tell you, it's already done. My friend, you're coming up. You're coming up. I see you wondering why me in the midst of your adversity. God is speaking. But if you dare trust in me, I will supply all you need. I will take you over. I will take you over. I will never leave. To you I will cleave. I'm standing right there in the midst of your faith. I will be your brother, man. Stay close to me, my son. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. It's already done. I will not die here, even though I cry here. The victory is won. It's already done. I often ask why me, why they took my family. Oh, yeah. And when the world is falling on my shoulders, yes, I fall on my knees. Whoa, Lord, take me over. Please take me over. Please do not leave. Do you want to cleave? I know that you're right there, standing in my days. You are my Father. Stay close to me, Master. It's already done. It's already done. You said it's done, then it's already done. I will not die here, even though I've cried here. The victory is won, but you said it's won. Now I'm running, but sometimes I don't feel like running. Keep pressing, though sometimes you don't feel like pressing. Keep your eyes on me. Will you trust in me? I will be with you to the end. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. It's already done. I will not die here, even though I cried here. The victory is won. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. No matter what, it's already done. You're gonna get over this. I will not die here. Don't give up. Even though I cry here. With Christ.
All right, already done. Ryan Mark and Kevin Downswell. And with that, we move on. All right, we go back online. Yeah, man. Hello. Hello. All right, let's move on. I'm not sure what's happening, but it seems somebody was there online. You know? Sorry about that. You don't know what happened.
Yeah, somebody's saying the lines have been dropping to this. Renew one again.
Which one? Both of them? No, try again, people. We understand that the little gremlin we used to affect the phones probably back for the day. But Bossa one private defeat there. Bossa one private Miss B. All right. In the meantime, 615-2841 or 676-6968. So call now. Tell me if I get through those are you who have a number we can text one or my number or the text line or so. But those are the numbers. 615-2841. Let's see. Hello.
Hey, Orville, how are your phone line at the youth?
Boy, I don't know. I don't know.
What's popping, Lord Matthews?
I'm here, Mr. Garvey.
I hear they need to get rid of all the experts in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, the series not quite over yet, you know.
Oh. No, to me, someone I said, we not allowed to talk. So me I say, look like none of the experts are not allowed to talk then. By the way, wasn't OKC installed like the third biggest favorite of all time in the final?
Yes.
A lot of people out there when I'm talk then.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that argument.
Okay. Hey, Orville.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I dropped this drop down.
Will it appear so?
That is mercy. So now, you're still there.
You're still there.
You remember that?
When I said Orville, you're gone.
Yeah, you landed.
Okay. I'm saying Orville. You remember the other day CC called and threw out a challenge for a debate?
Yes.
What was that again?
Yes, he said, be it resolved. Alisson was Liverpool's best player in the Champions League the year when they won. Yes.
My friend CLM. Mr. Say, you want some ratings for the chart? And I say, offer them up. Jump in the ring, CLM. CC said he would take on anybody. That was his words, right? Right, Zidane?
Yeah.
Hey, then CLM has been wanting a debate for the longest. So why not keep the debate series going? Yes, Zidane.
Yes, I hear you.
So back to the finals now. But I tell Zidane, I said, if India has to stand any chance, who I said would be their MVP?
The coach?
The coach. That's what I said before the series.
No, give the man them credit. Give Pascal Siakam his
credit. No. Then what has been the overwhelming story out of nobody said, but brother, Ben Mathurin and TJ McConnell outside of Halliburton. If you should pick two players last night who played the biggest role in that victory, it would have been Ben Mathurin and TJ McConnell. No, you disagree?
Siakam was very good last night, my boss.
But he's better than Mathurin.
You know something, and I'm not getting in the deep technical analysis the way you do. But for the game one, OKC were leading up to 0.03 seconds or something like that. We know what happened in game 2. Game 3, they had a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you could argue that for
I think they have led in every quarter.
They had a lead last night going into the fourth as well.
Then the last time I said?
No, last night. Hold on, man. Let me get my flowers, man. OKC has led going into every fourth quarter.
Yes. So why are they losing?
And why are they down 2-0?
Where I want to say. I know what you want to say, but that it has. For example, look on the youth here. Look on she. She had most of 24 points in the game, but only 3 points in the first quarter. I
was just listening to Magic Johnson.
So I wonder.
They wore them down. And listen, the coaching again, Orville, last night.
They are wearing them down that they are just not as effective as they should be in the fourth.
No, man, this full court pressure way man institute, man. You know, the man them got like 3 turnovers on inbound passes. You saw that, Zidane?
That needs to be studied. To the point where they are very.
One thing I heard, Frank, on the other court, sure.
Arguably the most outstanding player this season. Mm-hmm. Melted down in the fourth quarter with only 3 points.
No, sir. Me not look for land like the shit melted down.
No, man, his struggle was real, man.
I wouldn't say he melted down.
Give it a word. 3 points in the fourth quarter.
Right. I mean, not every
Having
time,
scored-
but this is what I think happened, Orville.
Yeah.
And I was watching Magic Johnson earlier today talk about it. When Magic speaks, I listen. And he was saying that they wore them down with the style of game that they and it goes back to recall, like I don't know if you remember when TJ McConnell, when Halliburton got that stupid foul in the first half, Zidane, and he had to go to the bench. What was that, the second or third foul?
Yes.
And they put in McConnell. And that's when the Thunder was trying to make a push. But somehow, like McConnell and Mathurin, they kept making plays just to keep Indiana close enough where they would not go down too far. They just kept making plays after play. And the coach calling all the shots. And on the other hand, Orville, the other coach, is coaching like he's a madman. Because, Zidane, have you seen Mitchell play a lot for the Thunder this year? Off the bench?
Not really.
Not really. It's been Jalen Williams, Caruso, Isaiah Joe, Case and Wallace. Those are his guys, right?
Yes.
All of a sudden, now in panic, input Wallace in the starting lineup. And now he's using a guy named Mitchell off the bench. I thought he stuck with that guy.
But you're a guy who understands how to play, understand that guy. Must struggle.
Hey, listen.
And I knew he would.
Listen.
I warned you about the defense. But in terms of Siakam,
the difference in this game has not been this series has not been what you said. Nobody can look at this series and say the reason why Indiana is winning is because Siakam and Turner are outplaying Chet and Holmgren. No, stop.
But they are.
Stop it.
By the way, Chet and Holmgren are the same persons. Are the same person.
You know what I'm talking about. Chet and Harkinson.
Harkinson is so bad they forget him name, man.
Listen. Zidane, last night, it was 49-18 in bench point scored. 49. When was the last time you see a team score 49?
Right, fair enough. Last night the bench was the factor. That was the major difference between.
And that's coaching, bro. Listen. I told you from day one. Preacher said this the other day, and I agreed with Preacher when he said. I said because I was gonna say it first. Preacher just happened to come on before me. You don't have a team, Orville, and play 85 games, win 85 games all year. Go into a final and change.
I don't claim to know basketball the way you do. Common sense for common sense. Yeah, as I said earlier when I came on, the bench for Indiana was outscored OKC 49-18. I just said that's coaching. Explain.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I wanted to say something.
Because when you have 6 players on the bench in Orville, it's where, when, and how you use these players.
So you're saying if my bench outscores your bench, it means I outcoached you?
No, it's a matchup thing. I mean, you don't believe in matchup.
No,
benches. Orville. How benches work.
No, man.
Give me a chance to explain what I'm
saying. I was trying to get a word into counter that coaching point. But we're coming back. We're coming.
All right, then you're not the whole of the time.
No, we're coming back, man. We're coming back.
For all your Honda Ridgeline parts in Kingston, call 326-7371 or 821-5232 now. We sell genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liner, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches and sensors, and many, many more. Remember, we are your Honda Ridgeline parts dealer located in Kingston. Contact us now at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more detail. For all your Honda Ridgeline parts in Kingston, call 3.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. The point is a good question, Orville asked, because I was trying to interject. You there, Garvey? Yeah, I was trying to say that we knew about the Indiana quality in terms of their depth offensively before the series started. So the coach inserting his players are normal for them to do right through the players right through the season. We saw that brilliant comeback against Indiana where Naismith was that guy. So we knew they have these quality people who can create their own shots and make shots.
We knew Indiana had a prolific bench, right?
We knew they had a deep team in terms of scoring.
Did we also know that OKC has a prolific bench also?
Not in terms of scoring. Not the way. No man, they're not as deep as
So hold on. Are you saying that going into the series, people were saying that Indiana have the much deeper team?
Offensively,
Nobody was saying.
Offensively, yes.
Orville.
Yeah.
Are you gonna allow Zidane to say them kind of disingenuous? People were saying this is one of the deepest teams ever.
In terms of both ends,
nobody was saying they were lacking offensively in that way. Nobody was.
No, I never said they lacked offensive prowess, my boss.
What are you saying?
I'm saying listen to the words. No. Let me say no.
Two deep benches. Hold on. Let me.
No. You're not going to do this to me.
Two coaches have two deep benches, Orville. That we know both everybody agree that they have good benches. None of these teams are labeled as lacking benches. One coach used his bench, and his bench is very effective. And the other coach is using his bench, and his bench is not effective. You give no credit.
That's that old coaching joke at Garvey. If we put on the players we normally put on in the time we normally put them on and do well. How is that old coaching?
And hold on, I just alluded to you the fact that he's using guys like Mitchell that he never used before.
All right, here's what I'm gonna.
What Rick Carlisle has done to him.
Here's what I'm gonna ask. Did OKC outcoach them in game 2?
Listen what me I said to Orville. If you are a coach, here is it, and I must say.
You're not answering my question.
Orville, that's not how coaching works, Orville.
I don't understand how coaching works then.
Countering. So Orville,
did OKC outcoach them in game 2?
Orville, just listen, man. No matter with the idiot catch question, and I don't.
No man, calm down. Some good questions.
No matter with them thing, man. No matter if it's a Mount Seal them this, brother. Just listen what me.
I hope when they got them call them not say why me.
Just you not give me a time to speak.
I asked that question. I cost me my boss, but why you not answer the question? Why is that irrelevant?
Calm down, Garvey.
Because you don't want matchup. You don't want me to speak about matchup because according to you,
did OKC outcoach Indiana coach in game 2?
Yes, Jamaica.
Or no? Why you start fuss after me after that?
The Indiana Pacers, the shot that he's calling he's outsmarting the coach with OKC. It's obvious, so much so that OKC coach starts to play players that he never played all year. He's confused. You don't see that?
Did OKC outcoach them in game 2?
Bill Higgins, have a good day, man. You're a joker. Matchups matter in sports.
Is that a bad question?
And the coaching is who match up the people. It is the coach's job.
Indiana won game 1 by point.
You know, and that is what Rick Carlisle is doing a masterful job of coaching this coach.
We're not saying no.
But he won 2 games.
I'm not have time for this. Look, come on.
Question that catch him.
Yeah, I was trying to attack the old coaching point, but he was I couldn't get to him.
And then I'm gonna tell him on them. So once Garvey gets good question, can't be even say a lie, I'm telling you. But if first of all, your bench score more than my bench, does that necessarily mean you're outscoring me? You're out coaching me? No, I don't know that. But Garvey doesn't like being asked tough questions. The minute you ask him a tough question like that, he loses his cool. So the coach 2-1 up is out coaching the coach 2-1 down. Down. Did the game that OKC win means that they out coach the Indiana? That's a very good question. But Garvey can't handle good questions. Garvey likes to preach. Garvey, you couldn't be a teacher, you'd have to be a preacher. Because when you stand up in front of students, they're gonna ask you some questions, and you have to be prepared to answer. And like the pulpit where you just preach and people say hallelujah and amen. So I don't know why you so get hot under the collar when you get questions where we're rational and reasonable. Anyway. Back on line. Hello. Hello. What is that happening? Hello. You're
Hello?
live. Yes.
Yeah, man, you can hear me now?
Yes, where?
Big up yourself, Nick.
Oh, Nick, where you say?
There, man. I'm not stay long enough, about a minute.
Yeah.
I have a birthday name correction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Me hear Miss B say a prayer for another caller yesterday, right? I wonder if Miss B could have say a prayer for correction.
What? The correction. Garvey want prayer.
Yes, it's Garvey.
Garvey is the man who, the minute you ask him, the minute he realizes that.
Well, man, left Garvey out of this.
Okay. Garvey need a prayer more correction.
Correction needs some prayer, man. You understand?
Yeah.
You see, me hear everybody analysis, you know. Me have my own to basketball analysis about this thing, you know. But me think me are the biggest analyst, right?
Yes.
You see, if just make correction, come on. I don't know if you may listen, but call correction. Just come on and say, OKC will win the next match.
And you just go down and just bet and set my
just because me hear him use that term day before yesterday about the third game. Him say Pacers will be destroyed. Right? I don't know if you remember that term.
Yes.
That term, right?
Yes.
I was see all what happened last night. I was see all that's happening with his prediction, right? So may I tell the caller them, I'm not too bother with this whole for analysis, man. Just listen correction, man. Any side him turn, just go the other side. Right? I didn't need a prayer, man. He might get him teeth kicky in too much.
I say Garvey deserves a prayer, man. When Garvey can't manage a question, then Garvey start cussing you. Hey, Orville, you know what? No. Garvey, who outcoached who in game 2? Garvey, the fact that your bench outscored my bench, does that mean you outcoached me?
I'm not really stay long enough, but just call to tell Mr. B if you correction a prayer, all right?
All right.
At the two of them should have a prayer.
Yeah, because what happened, listeners, is that the coach knows his team, knows how deep they are, and he goes to his bench. So when he goes to Matherin tonight, if Matherin is struggling, then he's going to stick with somebody else who's usually good at it. So coming into the series, and I said before the series started, that Indiana, in terms of offensively, is even deeper than the Thunder. If it's pure offense alone, then the Indiana Pacers is deeper. I don't understand this old coach of us that we knew going in that this is a well-rounded offensive team. They have scoring all around. They don't depend on any one person to give them 30 points per game. That was known before the series began. Or is it out coaching on the night?
But my point is, let us say Garvey believes it is out coaching. And he may very well, I'm not even saying he's wrong enough. But Garvey, if you believe that the coach got out coached last night, the OKC coach, then you must be prepared to defend the argument. And you make the argument, You said the coach out-coached the OK coach. That's a statement that you made. But how can you make a statement like that, and then when intelligent questions come, you start cuss? So we must just accept Garvey's speech and don't question them. So the next time we read out the verses in the chapter in the Bible, after we pass Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Joshua, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, 1st and 2nd Kings, we must name one of the chapter Garvey. Because people are questioning all the very Bible, but we can't question Garvey.
Yes.
You get to me, David? The minute we say Garvey, oh, that go, he start cuss. Yeah, baby, but Garvey, if you can't answer basic questions, then you're not as bright as you think you are. Anything want to hear me upon a program, I know. Ask me the question. As long as you give me the chance to answer, I can. The fact that you get upset and start cuss me out, Garvey, it don't look bad for me, it look bad for you. Because the two questions I ask, nothing wrong with the two questions. Okay. Back on line. Hello.
Yeah, gentlemen, big up on yourself.
Good afternoon, preacher.
Yeah, boy, what a show, man. What a show. Garvey said he was going to say it first, but we get through before him. And then I will tell him, Garvey, that he could be a preacher.
Yeah, because preachers by nature don't entertain questions when them up on the pulpit. That in that context,
one of the things that I have done in several churches. It's how what you call an inductive sermon that allows people to actually ask questions.
While you are praying.
Yeah, man.
Oh, me never.
At the end of every sermon, I have like a 20 minutes where we can interact around what was said.
Well,
so,
Garvey could. Well, Garvey, if that's the case, if that is modern day preaching, Garvey could deal with that.
So it's an important feature of learning. You have to understand if the people understand. Yeah.
Garvey doesn't want to be asked questions. How do you deal with that, preacher?
All right. Let's go to the coaching.
If you felt that the coach Indiana coach outcoached the man in game 3, is it a bad question to ask? Who outcoached who?
Yeah.
In game 2.
I'll have to explain to you why, and I guess him feel like him not get a chance to explain him why. I don't know.
I asked
that question. Call tomorrow and defend himself. What may I say about the coaching thing? All right. I think it's so much a case of Rick Carlisle out coaching the coach of OKC so far, as much as in the first instance OKC coach overthinking the thing and making adjustments even before he need to make adjustments. See?
Yes.
So him start the series 29-1 against Eastern Conference teams with starting 2 bigs. Before a game is played, first game of the series, tip off, him changing starting lineup. So already it shows you that him adjust to a lesser team. Because him feel like him can't go big against this lesser team who is smaller. Because he might have problems, which is Zidane analysis of the series.
Yeah.
In terms of Siakam. How Siakam would do punishing these bigs.
Yeah.
Because he don't play like a typical big. He can play on the outside, he can play on the inside.
Yes.
All right. So in the first instance, I feel psychologically OKC coach I show say this is our weakness, and me I go adjust to their strength. All right. In a game 3, Carlisle did some coaching. Carlisle start to bring some doubles and triples earlier in a OKC offense to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
So you notice them pick up Shea at the 3-point line with a double team.
Well,
Force the
that
ball
was
out
the coaching adjustment that was made, not the bench scoring. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, no, but exactly. So I say Garvey need to explain the coaching thing, which is what I try to know. Carlisle made some adjustments defensively against Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah. And what that disrupted the flow of OKC.
True.
OKC goes as Shea goes.
Yes.
See? Now, when you think about OKC and how they have been winning games, it seems like they can't win close games. If they're not blowing you out, you always feel like you're in with a chance. The games that they have won, most of the games that they have won in this playoff run have been games that they have won by 10, 15, 20 points. They win all won by 40 points. When the games are tight, close games, OKC tends to.
Did Denver win all the tight ones in
Denver won one tight one when Joker shoot a 3 and my boy finish it.
I think they won 2 tight ones.
Denver won 2 tight ones. Yes. See? And Indiana has won 2 tight ones, right? To me, this OKC team, because they're so good, they're almost built to blow you out. Yes. They've not built to grind out a game. So when the game gets close and it gets tight, they look a little bit unsure about where them offense are come from.
Excellent.
Me that agree. Then some more Garvey sound and answer the miserable.
Yeah, hold the line, preacher. Hold the line.
Garvey, listen to preacher. This is how I want you to explain the thing. No. You're miserable like what? We're coming back after the break. It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Kevin De Bruyne has completed his move to Napoli after the Belgian midfielder left Manchester City at the end of the Premier League season. De Bruyne will link up with former Chelsea and Tottenham manager Antonio Conte, who is the head coach of the Italian champions. In the moving to Italy on a free transfer, De Bruyne rejected offers from Major League Soccer club, the Chicago Fire, and the switch means he can play in the Champions League next season. Napoli announced the signing of the 23-year-old with a computer-generated image of De Bruyne sitting on the throne wearing a crown, captioned "King Kevin is here," and King Kev is here, and that's your sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Ranks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Lotteries Act.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll go back.
Yes, Rachel. So teach Garvey how to respond to questions.
All right. So the next thing now
Yeah.
is really the way, and we said it before the series start, the way the Pacers play. See, the Pacers push the pace a lot, right? Now, OKC, in fact, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is one of the better conditioned players in the NBA. It really look like him fatigued, right? Because it make everybody play at same pace. You see, last night, one of the first times we have actually seen him looked.
Yeah, man.
Like the pace has gotten to him.
Yes.
Like in fatigue.
Yeah, man, it was evident, man.
In Indiana, with their physicality on defense and with their pace on offense, is causing problems for OKC. And so styles matter, especially when you are playing against a team that is as deep as you. Now, let's go to the issue of the depth. Maturin, same name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has played games in the playoffs where he has not performed well. But in every series so far, he has had one big game.
Yes.
In every series. Last night was his big game in this series.
Yes.
And what do they say about role players or bench players?
They play better at home.
They play better at home. So, them come back home, you expect somebody, and I said it yesterday, is next man up. We don't know who it's going to be.
Yes.
But there was going to be somebody who was going to turn up big. And it was his night last night. And that is one of the difference between the bench of Indiana and the bench of OKC. The bench of OKC will contribute, and will add physicality and defensive presence, and then we score. But rarely does a bench player come up and be the leading scorer.
Not in the playoffs thus far.
That what happened on the OKC team. But Indiana has the luxury of having a bench player who can give 27, while Siakam give 20, and Halliburton give 19 or 18. OKC doesn't have that luxury. They don't have anybody on the bench coming and giving them 27 or 30 points.
And the Nemhard fellas making some timely big buckets.
Hey, you see Nemhard, Zidane,
yes.
the first, Nemhard has been an X factor in the series quietly,
Yeah.
It's a brother where it's when the defense, OKC defense, slow down Indiana offense and Indiana a scramble.
Him create and make some big
It creates some out and nothing, brother.
Here's something. I'm going to ask both of you now to look at something that I don't know. But one of the things I'd love to know, I try get to the level of reasoning where how do I ask this now? The fact that Indiana is so deep, does that allow the Indiana coach to give less time to his star players than the OKC coach.
Yeah, especially the point guard. That's why I can rest him. Most of the time, I rest him. Yeah.
You know that Halliburton has played about less than 36 minutes.
Yeah, man. And even when the game is tight, you know, a lot of times in the past, we see the games are tight, and the stars, they say, listen, I'm staying in, coach. He doesn't have to do that with Halliburton because of how deep his team is. Yes.
Exactly. Halliburton can get extended periods on the bench. I don't think OKC can afford to have Shea or Williams on the bench for too long. Because offensively, a lot of times things have to go through them.
Which means
that's where the teams are constructed, really. That is causing problem.
Which means that the OKC stars are more likely to suffer burnout down to the business end than the Indiana Pacers, Halliburton.
Indeed. Now, another quick point before we run. It's very rare that Williams and Shea score close to 30 points and them get 20 from Chet and them lose a game, you know. Very rare, you know.
Yeah.
Williams had one of his best games in the series so far, you know. And them lose.
Williams was really good last night. I was surprised that they took the ball out of his hand that early.
He was the man creating.
Yeah.
They never had any answers for him. Anytime he put on the ball and go left with him left hand, him off hand, them dead.
He made a wonderful pass to Chet. He then made two big buckets. I don't understand why when she came back in, it was one ball hug the ball once again. I think that was a mistake, and I heard somebody else saying it somewhere this morning as well.
Yeah, man, big mistake because that was the hot hand at the time.
Yeah.
And you know why Halliburton is not a superstar, even though he's on the verge of superstardom? Because he's a traditional point guard.
Yeah.
You see,
I think I should say it this way. The reason why some are reluctant to give him the superstar status is because he's a traditional point guard.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
Yes.
Because in this day and age in the NBA, if you're not a high volume shooter and scorer, you're not going to be considered a superstar.
But he's such a smart guy. He makes the passes, the right passes. He keeps the flow of the offense ticking over. Me have him as a superstar in this league, my boss.
He's playing the point guard role in the way the point guard role should be played. And that makes everybody around him better.
Yeah.
That is why when OKC is setting their defense and trying to slow him down, slowing him down by itself not going to slow the rest down enough. Because he's looking to pass. He's not looking to score.
Let me tell you what I like about this Halliburton thing, Virgin. Him have a, what are the look for now? Him have a swagger. Him have a like a, he looks confident. He gives his team that something. I don't know how to describe it. He looks like he's not there to be beaten. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Preacher gone?
Yeah, man, I'm here. I'm listening to you.
I like the way how he runs especially the offense of his team. He gives you that feeling that he's inspiring everybody with his own confidence.
Yeah, man.
That
is what the point guard is supposed to do.
Me not talk about us the players now, me talk about us how he goes about what am I doing.
Yeah, man. He's looking to make others better. And I'm saying to you, the modern NBA, today's NBA, the people who we call point guards are really shooting guards, you know. They're not really playing the traditional point guard role. Steph Curry is considered a point guard, but Steph Curry is more of a shooting guard, right? Who else we can think of? Even Shea, who plays the point. Shea is more of a shooting guard. Halliburton is doing what the John Stocktons used to do. Halliburton is doing what the point guards back in the day, the Magic Johnsons used to do.
Yes.
They are creating the offense, setting the tone, making everybody get involved, and they will get theirs eventually.
Yeah.
And that in today's NBA doesn't make people look at you as a superstar. But as Zidane said, the way he has been playing, what he has been doing, makes him in the conversation. The only thing I'd say that he needs to do more, he needs to start playing aggressively earlier.
Yes.
He tends to fall asleep in some games and then try to pick it up. If you are the point guard, which is the man who sets the tone, you have to set the tone early. I will leave it there, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. All right, preacher. Big up.
All right, back on line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Orville and Zidane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Assassin here. Orville, question.
How are you doing,
assassin? What you saying?
Not bad, man. I'm just here laughing. Question, Orville. do you give the coach a coaching? What percentage you give coaching for winning a match?
Depends on in which sport and which coach.
Basketball.
In basketball,
yeah,
depends on the particular game, you know, because if you blow the man by 30 or 40 or 25 points, then you would think that the coach on that game night deserves less credit than in very, very close games. So it would come down to the game.
All right, let me ask you a question a different way.
Yeah.
We have three games in this playoffs. Indiana is up 2-1. What do you give the coach? What percentage you give coaching?
Difficult to say. Difficult to say. But I'm prepared to think that Indiana coach is doing a great job, you know. Because clearly his team.
After the conversation, it's Preacher.
Yeah.
No, Preacher explanation.
I don't know. But a coach would have to
do you give the Indiana coach the edge?
For game 3?
No, man, for the series of us.
Why you are leading them? So you'd think that for the first 3 games the coach who is leading must get the credit. For 2 teams that we are fairly close to balance.
Play better. And that's why I got to the coaching. Me no know if I do it deliberately, but anytime you hear Garvey on a roll, you don't know the question to ask. And you say it. You don't ask Garvey. And it's not really a tough question. To be honest, it's not really a tough question. That's I don't know basketball.
It is a tough question to Garvey, big man.
No.
Then why you think Garvey start cost me rather than
Listen, Garvey could have answered the question by saying, listen, I am up 2-1.
No, but that's not what I asked him, you know. I never asked him who is out coaching over 3 games, you know.
No, you asked him about
the game 2.
Second game.
Right.
Right. So he could have simply said, hey, the winner in the second game, because in the second game, it's better.
No, but exactly that. But because he was pushing the coaches, the Indiana coaches virtue. Him not relax. Him figure say if him admits that the other coach the better in the second game, he would lose him argument. Because Garvey doesn't know how to argue. Garvey know how to quarrel, my boss. That is the problem with Garvey.
Indiana coaches is doing. I don't know basketball. I watched the game last night.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised nobody mentioned down this well. They didn't mention this exactly, but they mentioned pressure. I think Preacher just mentioned, or somebody mentioned pressure, a close game. But I don't hear Zidane. No, you don't mention how the man missed a free throw. When I think about 2 minutes.
The pressure hit them. Williams missed a few. Even Shea, who's normally excellent, missing a few as well.
So that's the point I could use to say he wasn't out coaching.
But at that point, I thought Indiana pretty much had it in. Yeah, but at that point, I thought Indiana pretty much had it in the bag, though, you know. When they started.
No, man. Remember one time they lead by 6, you know, and they missed 3 free throws to get it closer. 3.
I think the key factor was more the turnovers, man. That they turn over the ball.
Yeah.
When they were up by when Thunder were up by 5, they turned over the ball twice early in that fourth quarter.
We don't know basketball well enough, but when the game get down to a 1 basket, it has more pressure, and they missed so much free throw at the end of the game. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, but the key thing in that game was Indiana forcing a lot of those turnovers, man. Trust me. That was the key. Because we know Indiana at home go and get them points. Nobody follow about old coach. You see, Indiana at home, they are a very dangerous team. They're going to get them points, bench scoring and starters all round. That's how they have been doing.
Remember, me not argue all of that.
Yeah.
I don't watch basketball much. They just see them and them. The pressure get to them. That's some simple.
Listen, this is a team that them said no lose 2 consecutive games since
players.
Since most of in a match or some of this. Then all I want Garvey to do is explain these things and stop trace.
Garvey move on. Yeah, man.
No, Garvey.
They were out coach in the second game.
When Garvey comes up on superior intellect, that's how he behaves over us.
No, but it's simple. Just say yes, they were out coach. Him
not reason. That's not the reason. They have to cuss you out.
No, but there will be a follow-up question when assassin. You think so?
But we don't know what it would be. But
coming.
You know, if you admit something and move on, you know.
No, him figure say I was going to come with more. But Gavi, calm down.
Yeah, man.
Calm down. You're nothing more than a joke at more time. You come across the very comical guy.
Yes, indeed.
It's so easy for you when you go. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, big up in my boss.
Yeah, man. Assassin.
Yeah, man. Final segment coming up after. For all your electrical needs, please visit Tanjo Electrical Sales, shop number 2, Dubai Plaza, 33 East Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. We stock panel boards, PVC trunking and boxes, circuit breakers, meter sockets, PVC conduits and fittings, electrical wires and cables, wiring devices, isolators, and a whole lot more. Credit and debit cards accepted. Call us at 876-939-8712 or 328-0944. Tanjo Electrical Sales. Service with a smile.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, final segment. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, man, afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, man, I be of Liverpool this called the other day and was discussing a little bit of cricket and thing. But the brother when him Garvey, you see, you can declare from now. You see, if him continue to call the program right back until you have your call of the year discussion, you're going to get it.
Yeah? Why is that?
You're going to get it, man, because the fact that he's all over the topics and he's challenging you. Yeah. Basically, he's the one who is challenging you now from the year starting.
Oh.
The most. And you know, that go when the callers ready to vote.
No, sir.
I think the man who challenge you the most, even having him attack foolishness.
Yeah.
That won't use the word foolish, so that was strong. Even when him not agree with you. Some would have said not agree with you on certain topics.
But I'm not disagreeing with Garvey, you know, sir. Because I asked Garvey some questions and him turned fool on the radio.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing. When he said that the man was out coached, OKC was out coached. I never said I never disagreed with him. I just asked, was Indiana out coached in game 2? Somebody know me not take a position it, you know. Me just want him to elaborate his own position. But him trace me off. Afraid that the man like post.
Yeah, Orville, another topic. Tell me something. If you can have you're just a parent, what name? The guy retired there from
Nicholas
Puran. You're just saying he's a superstar
in T20 cricket, yeah.
Oh, he's a superstar in T20 cricket.
Yeah, man.
So me I say at 29-year-old, the man can give up international cricket, meaning now play back for West Indies.
Right.
But he might play 2020 around the world.
Most definitely.
Right. So basically he's giving up this fraction of the cricketer with probably a call him to come play test cricket or to come play.
He has not played one day cricket from 2023, I think. You know. So they give up that long time to him.
Okay. So when a man at 29 can basically give up that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Because he shows well in belly full early.
Then I know you know that. Hey, may have some bridge, you see? When I play IPL, none of that. I mean, I call them name because I don't want them family and girlfriend. No wago. Them play around a Bangladesh and them play around a Zimbabwe and them go up a US go crap. And a BMW and Benz and big house thing me I talk about it. When me buck them up a road, proper thing go on.
Yes.
And these are people who don't play IPL, they don't play Big Bash, they don't play Pakistan League, and they don't play for West Indies. But them nice.
Version of the cricket
they little thing them go on a Cayman, around a USA, around a Zimbabwe. They play the less of T20 and they're nice. People like Poor and them proper nice long time. They don't need West Indies again, big one.
Yeah, because you call yesterday, I said.
None of that.
West Indies investment in a Turan
He and I have a different word, different definition for what.
But I agree with him still. Because West Indies have to pick the best talent and show. No matter how weak the cupboard is.
Them a pick you because them think you're good enough to help them to win.
To represent the nation. Right.
An investment is what you do for people who you not think good. Using in sporting terms. I can't for people who you think good enough now. An investment are for people where you, because when we pick you for under 19, because we think you're good for under 19 now, you know.
Definitely.
An investment in when Jamaica pick an under 19 squad is because them think them youth are the best set of youth in Jamaica. We can help Jamaica under 19 to win. Now, I don't look at investment in that context. Investment for me is when me accept say you're not really good now, but you may be good down the road and may pump some money in you. But every stage where the youth them get picked is because we think them good enough for that at that point in time for that team in that competition. So in that sense, me and the white don't agree on that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Zidane.
Yes, sir.
Basketball before me. You see the series with OKC and Indiana. A lot of people underestimate Indiana from before this NBA final starts.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look on the road that Indiana used to come at the final, if we can tell us that if it was Boston, I go play OKC in the final. Them odds on Mr. Bookie would have normally put up, especially in the first game where you get Indiana, $4.50 to win the first game.
Yes.
Me have that lock up in a Zidane because me I watch the whole thing from long time and me know say Indiana go win the first game. But me know them never go win the second one. So me not even look
at the man say didn't know who are going to win game 4. Eh? You know who they are going to win game 1 and you know who they are going to win game 2. Did you
Indiana
know
go win the next Indiana go win the next game same way after.
Indiana go win. So it's 3-1 after game 4.
Yeah, in 3-1.
No.
All right.
2-2 going
back. Because let me tell you this. If it was Boston playing Indiana, you can tell us that favorite line that with them getting at the first match is almost easy. And when you look at New York, send home Boston, Indiana end up send home New York.
Yes.
It's not an easy feat coming to the final. But because you see this OKC team about 3 years now, them have this unit.
Yeah, man. So the chemistry and camaraderie is great there.
But if you check the Indiana roster, it is no different.
Fair point.
Apart from I think what my name the youth used to play and win a championship and then come to Indiana.
No man, Siakam has been there. Siakam has been there for 2 or 3 years now at least.
3 years.
Yeah.
So for him win the NBA with Kawhi them in come across.
Remember he won that championship in 2019 now, in 2025,
right.
So he did it probably about 2 or 3 years now, man. So
but nobody's paying attention to Indiana roster that has been there.
The guy that had the great game last night, he's no scrubbing out. He was a high draft pick and he was drafted 6th. So
the guy will come off the bench and
so he's a talented team, and I didn't prove to us last year that they don't sleep on them, because remember they went to the conference finals last year as well.
When you check the defensive record of the both teams coming through to this final year, it is hardly any difference between both.
I could squeeze one more, my boss.
Yeah, man. Good
right,
good call, my boss.
Yeah, man. No sorry,
yeah, man. Big up.
One last one. Hello.
Hey, guys. How you all doing?
Oh, yes. You called that.
You got cut out.
I think I'd said to Orville the last time that Moti in his last 8 games averaged 40 with the ball. How can you look at a player like that and be reasonably coming here and telling us that player should have been selected or is a should pick for the squad? How do you arrive at that?
I look at the man last 2 test matches. If you know what I look at his overall career, which is at 27 average,
Zidane,
I could look at his last 2 games.
No, we know. Zidane, you remember what happened? You remember what happened to with Bonner, right? Mm-hmm. You remember a famous broadcaster named Orville, Higgins, looking at us and telling us about, I think, Banner's last 7 games, last thing there, and tell us in average over that period.
Yes,
and then so
but
that
Banner,
average like that.
No, but if Banner had performed well in his
Orville,
Lord, give me a chance to talk when I time, no man. Stop. If Banner had scored runs in his had scored runs in his last 2 test matches, I couldn't advocate for him to be dropped.
Anyway,
this man performed in him last 2 test matches. How you going to compare those?
A player who has a bowling average of 40 in his last 8 games. You're on the radio telling us that he have a bowling average of 27 while making the big glaring omission.
And he averaged 25 in his last 2.
You talking, we hear your point.
Right.
And and has his bowling average ridiculously skewed because of
what about his last 2 games?
Boss man, I need you to talk.
Yeah.
Just be patient.
Talk to me about his last 2 games.
Dog, make you talk.
Okay, post.
Make you talk.
But you talk about why you talk about him last 2 games.
Ridiculously skewed because of playing a team that not even playing in the World Test Championship. That player is not a should pick.
What about his last 2 games?
No. But he's not a should pick. That's what you said. You said he's a should pick.
Anybody that takes 7 wickets in their last 2 test matches should be picked for the next test.
Orville, no logical person agrees with you.
They don't?
All right? So there's part on one side.
Anybody who takes 7 wickets for 25 runs in his last 2 games should not be left out of the next game. You have lost the argument about.
May I speak to Zidane?
Anyway, you have a minute to that.
Thank you very much. Zidane. Listen to me. Nicholas Perrin first started to play T20 cricket in 2013. He didn't start playing in the IPL until 2019. See? He didn't start playing an ODI match until 2019. Didn't start to play T20 International until 2016. I have said already that in the past, the West Indies used to use money as one way of luring players to play for them. And also, the fact that that platform would allow them chance there to go and play cricket in places like in England, and them can earn a consistent living. With the landscape changing, the West Indies Cricket Board, which is a business that's taking revenue every year, 88 million last year, 62 the year before, 78 the year before, needs to change their model. And what I'm saying here, apart from using money to lure cricketers, they should recognize that another thing that they do is that they create a platform for cricket and they help to develop cricketers. That is something that they do and cannot be denied no matter what Orville Higgins want to say. We can talk about it some more tomorrow because the time started short. So we'll talk about it properly tomorrow, all right?
All right, Dwight. All right, that is
respect. Big man, big up, good show.
Big up.
All right.
Yeah, man, it was a good show today, for sure. All right, thanks to us. No, not Oster is not here today. Thanks to Nicholas Burford and Miss Marion. Both were in the technical chair this afternoon. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to all the callers. And I remind you again, once again, June 28th, the Big Bad Football Competition Tournament in the 6-a-side, 1 day. Winner takes all $300,000 for the winning prize, $15,000 to enter. For you, the listeners here, you can't bring a football team, come and support the bar. Food will be on sale as well. So you come, watch some football, have a drink, and support the thing. June 28th, Caldwell Football Field in Duhaney Park. Hope to see you all of you there, because Christian can come because there be music going to play during the breaks in the football game. So it's not going to be no boogie yaga thing. So everybody can turn up. And if you don't drink alcohol, you can buy 2 Gatorade and so on and so forth. All right, so join us tomorrow for the program, though. Same place, same time, do it all over again. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.
Hello, I'm Tom Dewsbury with the BBC World News. Air India has confirmed that all but one of the 242 people on board its flight that crashed in Ahmedabad were killed. The sole survivor, a British national, is being treated in hospital. The